For, at least all of this century, you'd have to go back to maybe the 60s or 70s for the last time the left liked to have a laugh. Are the Democrats finally starting to realize that they shouldn't be such a bunch of "that's not funny" killjoys about fun?
Well, of course, and you know that that's the truth. It's like everybody wants to laugh, and especially this younger generation that has been raised by the internet. They're very desensitized to a lot of the old typical humor that we might have heard a long time ago. So we kind of went through this woke period where we had to be very politically correct. But now the younger people, they want politically incorrect content. So the left is probably realizing that. And so now they're going to start pushing the limits and probably, not be so politically correct. So I do like it in the grand scheme of things. And I love the First Amendment. So I encourage both political parties to, push the limits of free speech and give the people what they want.
Absolutely right. Hey, also want to talk about this other story, also out of California, out of Los Angeles. A woman in a Los Angeles gym was kicked out for complaining about a man, yes, that's right, a fella in the ladies' facilities there. Now, if people out there haven't seen this yet, take a look at this.
Go gym! Men! Grown men with big in the women's locker room! And that's why I'm getting kicked out, and I want to make sure the girls know. Today I was naked in the locker room. I turned around and there's a man there in boy clothes, lip gloss, standing there looking at me. I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here. Maybe I missed a sign. I say the word "sir" to say, "Sir, what are you doing in here?" He goes, "Don't talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here."
Alex, walk me through this. I can't believe that these sorts of cases are still going on here. What is happening? What's your take on this, and that a gym kicked her out and not this, other person?
Well, this is a serious issue, and I believe this happened in California. But, I had that moment at the Texas Senate hearing where they passed the bathroom bill here in Texas. And in that bill, it didn't just talk about bathrooms, but it also talks about at public parks how they have these communal locker rooms. And that's where these people go. They go where women are vulnerable and go to the locker room, because really, like in a stall, you wouldn't know. I'm not saying I want men in women's spaces, but you're extra vulnerable in a women's locker room. And that seems to be where a lot of these people want to go. So I'm happy that she had the courage to call, them out, whatever their proper pronouns are. But I'll tell you this much: this is a serious issue that is really affecting women and making them feel uncomfortable. And men, I don't want a woman in the men's locker room, but at the same time, that's not a threat. And so, there probably needs to be legislation in more states that outlaws men from going into women's spaces. It's not that complicated.
Well, I mean, and especially just around these corporations, taking the woke side of these issues just seems really horrific and victim blaming. But also, who else is blaming the wrong people in all of this here? Are the people involved with this government shutdown. We spoke a little bit about it earlier in the program, but take a look here at Democrat Senator Jackie Rosen and the Senate Minority Leader continue to peddle lies about what's going on and who is responsible for not paying the bills. Have a look at this.
What do you say to the staff? What do you say to the TSA workers? What do you say to the air traffic controllers?
What I am saying to you is it's the Republican shutdown, my friend. You are in control of the White House. You are in control of the House, and you are in control of the Senate.
The answer, as I said, is simple, and what we've been saying all along. Republicans who caused the shutdown by not even negotiating with us. Democrats
have the votes, Alex Stein, to end this thing tomorrow, to end it today, if they want to. The Democrat messaging, this is surely going to blow up in their face on this.
Well, James, I don't want to get too crazy. And, I am a typical conspiracy theorist, tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist proudly. But what's going on right now is absolutely terrible. And now you see constantly everybody's talking about the FAA. Everybody's talking about how air travel is, stretched thin. And that is the case. And I fully believe that they want there to be some sort of aviation disaster so that they can blame it on Trump. And I'm not saying that they want to purposely kill people, but I do believe these people could easily, start the government government back up. They can end the shutdown, but they're refusing to because they're trying to put the screws on people right now. They want people that are on food stamps and EBT to feel the pressure. So now they're going to have to go out and rob and steal and do whatever they can to make ends meet. So this is like, it really feels like in America, they're trying to put the screws on us because it's absolutely ridiculous that they would stay this locked down or out of work, when in reality, when they come back, they all get back pay anyway. So it's all just one big scam at the end of the day, and the American people are realizing that. And I just hope there's not some sort of serious aviation disaster that they can blame on Donald Trump. I really hope not.
I think you're right, though, Alex. I think that this is part of an old revolutionary strategy that is summed up by the phrase, the worse, the better. Alex Stein, thanks so much for joining me.